let's get started. I'm just filling out the link. I'm still trying to get used to this early morning workout. My glass is dirty. Didn't get a chance to clean it off. But hey, shit happens. Hey, that's how we do it here at Gye-Nyame Journey. We make it go down. It has to happen. We have to make it go down. We got to pour these libations regardless, family. Like I said, I made a pledge that we gonna pour every day. So when I go, if I have to go on vacation, or I have to go somewhere, either I'm taking my glass with me and my equipment, or somebody's gonna do it in my stead. And we are steadily training people to be able to step in and do their damn thing, family. We're not playing here, Gye-Nyame Journey. I need y'all to understand, right? So I'm understanding they got this new IGTV. I'm thinking about getting my feet wet in it. You know what I'm saying? I know once again I'm always a little bit late, but it's cool. Okay, so the text is going out, so people will be joining us in a second. So until then, family, get your glass, get your water. Somebody out there with me. Somebody out there on in the Facebook out there. I don't know what's going on. We're losing tribe members on the Facebook channel. I need y'all to bear with us because we are building up as we speak. We're working on getting newsletter together. We got a few other things in the works. We got maybe a few more camping trips coming up. So some of y'all gonna have an opportunity to get up and go out into the woods with us. We're constantly building. Brother Shaka has joined us. We had a marvelous show last night. I don't know what happened. Shaka hung up on me. I don't know. I ain't gonna take it personal though. Great Ujima to everybody out there. I want to thank everybody for taking the time to join us. And last night, unfortunately, I was able to finish Luke Cage, and it was a marvelous ending. One that I definitely will touch on this morning. But before we do all that, y'all know what y'all need to do. Grab your water, grab your health drink, as I put in there, and let's get it. But first, I need to let you know you are now listening to and rocking with the best. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. That's right. This is a Heart of a Simple production, and you know this is the Daily Toast, where we daily lift up our personal ancestors. Simple production, and of course, we strive to blow up your old paradigm. Bad production. That's what happens when you work the boards and everything. Mariah is Love Bushmaster. I need more. Mariah was a beast. Was a beast. Right? Beautiful ending. Beautiful story. Beautiful pieces for discussion. You understand? Because we see, this is the piece where Anubis is supposed to step up, and we supposed to have those discussions around these type of shows, because there's some definite nation builder points up in that, and some serious issues that we have to deal with in our community that was dealt with in Luke Cage, right? Strong stance against drugs, a whole concept of nation building that was in there, because I don't know, because I could roll through point for point the stuff that Luke Cage talked about in there, or that whoever wrote this talked about in there, that was straight out of a nation builder's handbook. You know what I'm saying? Straight out of the nation builder handbook. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I'm gonna take y'all there. Hold on. We gotta handle our business first. You know what I'm saying? We gotta lift it up. Get it up. I don't know why my music sounds so low. Mr. But hey, it is what it is. Come on. What? drink your water. Come on, but first, take your breath and drink your water. Take your breath and drink your water. Take a breath and drink your water. Take your breath. Drink, 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 drink. Drink, breathe, drink, breathe. Oh. Lift your glass and sip some water. Lift your glass and sip some water. Lift your glass and sip some water. Lift your glass. Drink, 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 drink. My music's so damn low. Drink, 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 drink. Come on, get that water in you. Now, move your body, drink some water. Move your body, drink some water. Move your body, drink some water. Move your body. Oh, drink, 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 move. Oh, man, I feel good. Drink, 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 move. Now, raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass. Drink, 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 drink. Y'all starting already? Slow down, drink. Drink, don't leave me out, drink. Drink. One more time, hold on, let me do this one. Hold on, Nubis. Take your breath and drink some water. Curl your glass and drink some water. Move your body, drink some water. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Breathe, drink, move, lift. Nope. Hold on. Breathe, drink, move, raise. Alright, they starting the conversation without me. We got Bushmaster's A Worthy Opponent by Shaka. Glad that Bushmaster was so against drugs too. Alright, I think that's Anubis. The Story of the Two Wolves. I told that on this show. Yep, that's been heard all over. That's a very popular story. And if you really think about it, he was never actually trying to kill Luke Cage. Who, Bushmaster? Oh, that second one he was trying to kill him. Come on, man. Come on now, y'all trying to make them too good now. See, because we gotta now see, because you know, when at war, you do what you do at war. War is about killing. So they was at war. Now the first time he tried to deliver a message. The second time when he hit him with that paralyzing stuff and kicked his ass into the river, he was trying to kill his ass. What you were supposed to be trying to do. Now Luke Cage kinda is imprisoned by this whole do no harm shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, I got these superpowers, you know, but shit, you know, every now and then, when you find a worthy opponent, you supposed to open up and cut loose, but he couldn't cut loose with a Bushmaster, because Bushmaster whooped that ass several times, right? Shady Shades and his, yeah, that's why I'm gonna have to get with whoever called me Shades 2.0 yesterday, right? I just said I like Mariah. I didn't say I was, you know, that whole shade shit wasn't cool. You know what I'm saying? Because that was the strangest scene I have ever seen. Two gangsters sitting back to back, waiting for their opponent to come into the room and fall into a lover's spat. And one of them gets up and walks in the middle of a war out the room because his heart is broken by his former lover / cellmate. Get the fuck out of here. Alright, but that shit is real. That shit is real. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You know, I mean, even the way they broke it down, you know, in the inside is different. The outside world, nobody understands. We did what we had to do. No, we didn't. We did what we wanted to do. I said, God damn. What are they talking about? Oh, shit. And you find that everywhere now, right? Luke was the true villain this season. If you ask me, the defenders might have to team up and try to take him down. See, now this is this discussion we got to have, family, right? We call Luke hold back man in my house, since we all know if he really went in, it would be over for most people. Yep, until he ran into somebody with some real superpowers, because far as superpowers, he's very limited. You know what I'm saying? Just the bulletproof skin. He run into a couple of those Avengers. He's getting his ass kicked. I'm just letting y'all know. You know what I'm saying? He reminded me of the old dude that kicked Grandpa's ass on the Boondocks, Bushmaster. Oh, well, he might have got him from there. But I know it was a Bushmaster in the comic books. They had been lovers since childhood, if you recall the dialogue between. Ooh, I didn't pick up that piece, cause I heard distinctly in jail they did what they had to do. And homeboy said, "No, we didn't have to." Not really sure purposely made him limited for this time frame, but actually they showed you some growth, because the bullet that took his ass out last time really had no effect this time. So they show you that his power of adaptation is there. There's a adaptation there. I don't know if y'all remember that. I can't remember what that bullet that took his ass out last time, and they had to go on and get it out. That bullet Judas bullet could not take him out this time. Now, so let's talk about this whole piece here where Luke was a true villain this season. Now, see, a lot of people, because we got to understand, family. Look, they need us to be able to look at the world in this whole black and white fashion. Because I want you to understand this, right? Remember the little dude, the young dude that was selling the shirts and was selling the videos of Luke Cage getting knocked out and shit, and he making money. And he had a discussion with the old dude that was sitting in the chair. And homeboy said, it's all about getting your money. The young boy said that shit to the elder. And, because it sparked the conversation that I had with y'all a few days ago when I seen that shit. You know what I'm saying? This whole money-hungry idea and shit. But then at the end, this motherfucker went from talking about getting your money and showing Luke Cage getting knocked the fuck out and all that, and benefiting from all this shit, right? He benefits from all of the chaos that's going on in the community because he's able to film it, right? And put that shit on DVD and sell that shit, right? He all of a sudden becomes super righteous and say, this have to be Switzerland, and you can't be a crime boss. If you bossing the crime, you're a crime boss. You got to get up out of here, Luke Cage. I don't believe you doing this. Shut up, little punk. Shut up. See, because this is one of the issues we have as black folks. We want it both ways. We want to be able to control our community, but we only want to be able to control it on one side. Not understanding that you always have an above world and an underground world. And in order to run your community, in order to truly run your community, you have to be able to deal with both. Now, the piece that I want to go back to Pop's Barbershop and them talking about Pop's Barbershop being Switzerland. Right? Switzerland, for those who don't understand, is a neutral area where everybody is safe. Everybody mentioned this about Pop's Barbershop. But the only reason Pop's Barbershop was neutral was because Pop had a relationship with Cottonmouth that allowed him to be able to do that shit. Understand that shit. You can't be a neutral country unless you have the backing to protect your neutrality. So Pops was dealing on both sides of the universe. He had a balance between that positive and negative, and he was able to provide a neutral place, and everybody respected that, not because of Pops, but because of Pops' relationship with Cottonmouth. Now, we got to remember this shit. When we talk about nation building, right, you got to control the underground as well as the above ground. Now, what did Luke Cage do? Now, it was straight out of Nation Builder, right? If you get our old handbook, the very first handbook, the first thing we said we need to do is establish a territory, develop an economic life, right? Promote a unique culture. All this shit is in our handbook. And one of the first things that I talked about opening was not necessarily a club like that, but a clubhouse. Right? Because you needed to have territory. And one of the only territories we could get is a social place. Because whether you know it or not, church is a very social place. Or the club. Right? Long as you kind of keep the alcohol to the side a little bit, you know what I'm saying? The only things that we're able to control in our community are those social pieces. Right? So we was talking about getting a clubhouse. What did Luke Cage end up with at the end of the movie? Even though it was a plot by Mariah, which I would say which gives her character a whole nother level of insight that's just incredible, right? She gave him a kingdom. She gave him a space to actually do some true building. Now, in building, sometimes you could be pulled in both directions, because in order to solidify and to protect Harlem, right? Because all this time, we talking about Luke Cage is the bad guy, because I'm challenging whoever said that shit. If you say Luke Cage was the bad guy all this goddamn time, I got a question for you, right? Why wasn't the crime rampant before Luke Cage? Luke Cage was just like a space holder in this whole goddamn series, because he was just fighting crime but when they finally got rid of the person that they thought was causing all the problems really started. I'm just saying. The bullets of yesterday is no longer useful because Luke Cage has been drinking his Red June and kombucha breakfast. Now, he ain't been drinking no goddamn Red June. He been drinking that ambrosia. Get it right, Kwame. I'm gonna kick your ass when I see you now, since you done sided with Shaka. Oh, the betrayal. And I got a drink named Kwame. You know what? The drink's name is no longer Kwame. The drink's name is now Kojo. You know what I'm saying? It's over. We broke up, Kwame. I can't handle it. I can't handle this relationship no more. I don't believe it. Let Shaka name a Red June after you, man. That club has a penchant for corrupt. See, and that's some bullshit. The club does not have a penchant for corrupting people. People have a. That's like saying guns kill people. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. Give me a break with that. We got to be clear on that. The club does not have a penchant for corrupting people. People have. If it's in you, the club helps bring it out. Why? Because the club gives you exposure. And in exposure, and when the light is shining on you, your true character comes out. So if you're a fucked up individual deep down inside, which Luke Cage might be, right? It will enhance that. It's like cocaine. You know what I'm saying? If you're an asshole, when you take cocaine, you become a bigger asshole. So the point that I'm trying to say is, when we're looking at nation building, we got to be clear, family. We got to see, and straight out of Nation Builder Handbook, one of the first things he did was when he went to go talk to the Italians, and he got done whooping their ass, he was very clear with the woman about what the borders were. I'm trying to tell y'all. See, I'm liking this shit. Matter of fact, you know what? I like Mariah more than I like Killmonger. I'm saying that shit right now. I like Mariah more than I like Killmonger. I swear to God. That character right there. See, because I want I'm gonna leave it there. Nightshade Hospital. Dude. Shaka. Do not put no nightshade in your shit. Please. Every owner of that club has been a scumbag or eventually became one, not to mention it indirectly created Bushmaster. How come we can't say Bushmaster alcohol didn't cause Bushmaster? As a matter of fact, he named himself after the alcohol. And the beef that they had was over the alcohol and the club because the alcohol made more money than the club. Come on now, it wasn't the club. You know, we got to expect, it wasn't the territory. It's not the territory that caused the problem. It's the individuals controlling the territory. It's the character of the individual controlling the territory. All right, bro, he was drinking his ambrosia. No. I just signed in. What are we talking about? Black Panther? No. What we're talking about is Luke Cage. At this point in time, you got some nerds on here. We have to admit it. Shouts out to Missouri Mosley. Shouts out to Brother Shaka. I think that's Anubis on there. I don't know who else is on the line. And his family being murdered. Right. Over the liquor. Because I want you to think about this. How much could that club really be making? It's the liquor. You understand what I'm saying? The liquor was the whole crux of the matter. Now, and then on top of that, family, if you really look, because check this out. Name one black liquor company. I'll sip my water and I'll wait. I'm waiting. Just one. Come on, just one. Right? You can name a bunch of black club owners, but name one black liquor company. I'm gonna tell you why. Come on. I'm drinking. I'm waiting. You think are you sure? Right? Is it like a Puffy type of company or a Jay-Z type of liquor company where they bought into some shit and have a black face out front? Or is it straight owned by black folks? See, because liquor is a very important thing in culture. This is what a lot of motherfuckers don't even understand. We get so caught up in the whole idea. We got righteousness fucked up in many aspects of the game. I'm just gonna keep it all the way real with y'all. Saint Eyes, that's very funny, Shaka. I will punch you in the eye when I see you. Saint Eyes. Get the fuck out of here. It's been years since I drunk that. This is one of SA. This is one in SA. Billy D on Code 45. Family, the reason there is no black liquor company because liquor is a staple. If you are trying to control the people, you do not allow them to take access of any staples. Any staples. In America, black folks are not allowed to have any staples. Why? Because staples are things that are mandatory for survival. Liquor is one of those things. Although we don't look at it like that, everybody else look at it like that. We be talking about all the money that these other companies have, but let's look at how much money the Anheuser-Busch family got. Let's look at some of these liquor companies where they be talking about we been selling liquor since 1820. Shit, hell. Liquor was one of the things that enslaved you. As a matter of fact, if we go all the way back to ancient Kemet, liquor was one of the things that Asar took around the world to civilize everybody. He took two things with him. He took liquor or beer, alcohol, and the god of war. In most cases, he didn't have to use the god of war once he unleashed the liquor. Hell, as a matter of fact, it's a story. And check this out. It's a story that fits with this whole Mariah character. One time when Ra was offended by humanity, he let his daughter loose. I think it was Hathor. He let Hathor plucked out his left eye, I think it was, and called up Hathor and put Hathor down. And Hathor became so violent and went out and started murdering so many people that all the gods got scared. And they were scared to stop her. And the only way they could stop her was giving her liquor, giving her beer, getting her drunk, disguising it and making it blood red, right? And from that time on, women were basically not really allowed to get involved in war, because women take it to a whole nother level once they get involved. You understand what I'm saying? Mariah was that character and shit. I got one of those in my life. You understand what I'm saying? Where it's like you don't want her dabbling. You don't want that type of energy dabbling with certain shit, because when they get started, they're not gonna stop. They're not gonna stop. Who makes Ghana schnapps? All that shit is made in Europe. South Africa what? South Africa don't have their own. Dude, come on, man. Now, in Africa, they do have individuals that still make palm wine, but palm wine is not what's selling like that over there. They trading that with each other, and kinda, right? Kinda. But really, when you go over there, all that shit is, all that bottled up shit that people is buying over. I personally been over there, drunk a lot of liquor over there. A lot of liquor was coming from Europe. They don't give you, they give you, they don't, you're not staples. You're not allowed to control, family. Especially here, the grapes of South Africa are a staple and owned and operated by blacks. The grapes is different than the alcohol that is made by them. See, I'm just saying. I mean, Sekhmet. It was Sekhmet. Yeah, some stories is Sekhmet, other ones is Hathor. We about to have a fight about this. Shouts out to Miss Nicole Pittman. I see you out there. All right, family. So now we about to do these libations, because I know something we gotta get to work or get to our adventure. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the show last night. And the story we had was the dogs and the hide. This is the folktale of the week, so feel free to comment on it. If you have ancestors that you want to put up, on the timeline, by all means do. If you want to get them on the list, hit me up at 614-300-1875, right? Put hashtag Daily Toast or hashtag Ancestors, right? And put them on the list. I got you. So, but we about to go through these ancestors, the ones that made it possible for us to be here. And I want to send shouts out to the ladies out there at in Simpsonland right now, out there building. I want to send shouts out there to the elders out there working, because I see Elder Gaylord is out there making sure that the ladies eat every morning and managing. I don't know which other elders is out there. I haven't really had time to get on Facebook, but I did catch that picture yesterday. I want to send shouts out to Miss Tracy for calling the show last night, because I know she's pretty busy out there. And we got more camps coming up here as well, right? So finish your water, family. For those new people, there's only 4 things that you need to do to stay healthy. Come on, say it with me now. Those that know: proper breathing, proper amounts of water. Breathing the most important. Water next. Proper water. Culturally appropriate food. A culturally appropriate diet. So those of you out there of African descent, look up the African Heritage Diet. Because diabetes is not in our culture. High blood pressure is not in our culture. All this shit that a lot of us are suffering is not in our culture. And once we start changing the diet, drinking adequate amounts of water, doing the proper breathing, we eliminate a lot of problems. And last one, proper movement. Start moving. Start getting up. This is why I'm running late now, because I'm moving a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting up. I'm adding the running back to my thing. I'm adding the ashe back to my thing. I'm adding the meditation back to my regimen. Right? I'm doing this 21 days, and I'm like, boom, for the next 21 days, I'm working out. So more than likely, I'm gonna be late, because I'll be having to drag up. And then after watching Luke Cage, I was like sitting up You know, like, wow, I was really impressed with how they put that whole thing together. Of course, we're gonna be able to find holes in it, but then they switched off. They went to the motif of the Godfather and how Luke Cage had become the Godfather. And I know this is gonna make a lot of us feel uncomfortable. It's gonna make a lot of us feel uncomfortable, right? Because we don't really understand nation building. You can't control your community unless you control it all. There's always going to be an underworld. How do you keep that under control? You got to be able to, like in Luke Cage, they cover that because he got a partner. She the police chief of that area. He's that off the grid dude, right? Where they control that whole area. I mean, that's nation building. But I know a lot of us get uncomfortable with that shit. We call him a bad guy now because that's what he. But is he? I mean, was he really ever a good guy? I mean, hell, the police been trying to arrest him since the beginning, right? And that's how they're gonna do some of us as nation builders, because some of us, we really gonna have to get out here and handle some goddamn business, because everybody can't be talked to, and everybody ain't gonna be talked at, and everybody ain't gonna be talked about. I ran into a couple of motherfuckers, right? Get your water, family. We're about to do our toast. I'm going to be using a little bit of the flower ambrosia. It's kind of flat, but hey, it is what it is. Somebody send up love. Who is that? I can't even see who that is. Who is that sending up all that love? Oh, Miss Lundy. How you doing, Jill Lundy? Good morning. Most of the cops are scummy just like in the real world, so that's another thing that I really appreciate. I mean, yeah. You got good and bad everywhere. That's the divine paradox. You got that everywhere. You got that polarity everywhere, right? But I'm trying to finish all the water in my fish bowl. I mean my glass. Thanks to Shaka, keep on. Next thing I know, he gonna have a super big glass, and I'm gonna have to go in. Oh, damn. All right, so for those that's wondering how much water should you drink, you take your weight, you divide it in half, and you drink that in ounces. So if you weigh 100 pounds, you take half of 100, which is, I'm listening. We got all the dose here. Half of 100. Yeah, that's right, 50. And you drink 50 ounces of water a day. And, that's kind of that. That's a nice little simple metric to do. You know what I'm saying? So depending on whether I'm fasting or not, my weight goes up and down. And you see, I ain't taking a whole lot because I'm trying to save it for a little while. Brother Kwame says, Acelina Wines produce all her wines and oversees the price from beginning to end. One. Who? Where can I get this wine at? Where can I get this at? I mean, where this wine at? Where this wine at, Kwame? Oh, I gotta go to South Africa to get that shit, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. You won. Shouts out to brother Anubis too for being on here as well. Alright. So, alright, cool. Outside of her, name another one. Cause we don't even know if she really on hers. Is she the black lady in Napper? Oh, Lord have mercy. Alright, now, so you can make your own wine at home. Right? So, now, is wine really a liquor? Because the regulations on wine is a little bit different than the regulations on liquor. I'm just saying. She sips to U.S., but it's like all our black products. If we want them, then we have to ask for it. I'm just saying. Is that liquor? It's alcohol. But I got you. You won. Kinda. I'm gonna let you have that one. Kinda. Right? But you know how last time, when the last time somebody ran off and shot some shit up after drinking a bottle of wine? You know what I'm saying? Wine is not called spirits. I don't think. But you got it. You got me on this one, Carmen. I'm gonna leave it alone. Even though you off the drink list, man. You off the drink list. I can't wait to make that next batch of Kojo. Since you gonna just jump the ship like that, right? We lift up our glass. We toast the Creator by whatever name you choose to call the Creator. We call on that great source, that great power. We ask it to bless and guide us and touch each and every last one of our lives. We salute the first ancestor, and all together we say, Ashe. From there, we get to the stars of the show, family. And the stars of the show are those ancestors upon whose shoulders we stand. And once again, for those that want to get their ancestors on the list, by all means, you can post them up if you don't have none on the list right now, right? But if you want to get them permanently on the list, hit me up at 614-300-1875, right? Hashtag ancestors or hashtag daily toast. This is not about, you said one. This is not about winning. This is about the information being available. I am trying to get her to import your ambrosia to South Africa. No thanks needed. Man. Now, hold on. I just found out something about honey products, right? I just found out something about honey products that will limit the distribution, right? So if we are going to grow in many ways, in many respects, we may have to only do it locally. This is why I don't mind teaching people how to do the fermentation. I believe this is something that we could share and something we could keep amongst ourselves, you know what I'm saying, and have in different cities or different areas, brewers and fermenters that's handling this product and using it to make a living. Because my issue is, I don't need to get big, right? Because right now, the elders, I'm getting a lot of support from elders and other people that's just buying, that's just checking in, and when I got it, it's gone, right? Because people appreciate the craftsmanship, people appreciate the product, right? So we may not be able to ship internationally because if you look around, it's hard to even get honey from other places, from other countries and stuff like that. And hell, I was talking to somebody who produced a lot of honey, and she was selling a jam, and she had pictures, and she showed her jam, and she had jam on 4 different levels. She had jam with no sugar, she had jams with a few ounces, and then it increased all the way up to the sugary jam. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, the jam is interesting. But you are a honey producer. Why don't you produce your jam using honey? She said, well, there are regulations against using honey in these type of products. I said, what? You know what I'm saying? So after hearing that, I had to walk away and think about that for a minute. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to finish the discussion with her. So we may have some issues with the whole piece. The South African sister will be highly disappointed. Sad face. Oh, man. Don't try to butter me up, man. All right, family, so here we go. We move to these ancestors. We call on Miles Brown, Miss Ann, Robert the Texan, Davis, Herman Brown, Sr., Rosalie Tilly, George and William Walter, Chris and Fanny Gasson, Aunt Lena, Uncle Chris, Aunt Fiend, Cleveland Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Elvira Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Falari, Montague Pimenel, No More X, Pet Mott Ra, Malika Fakir, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Farmer, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Bro, Hector Jr., J. Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling and Lucy Wright, there go, Pulley and the Luxor Brothers, Miss Eda Brooks Crawley, Miss Reed Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janice Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Triggs, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Rendelman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Louis Henderson, Calvin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Carolyn D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Dale Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bird Beatty, Sarah Willer, Be the Farmer, Augusta Sue, Shell Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Theolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Leonard Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Erica Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary, Eliza Frederick Davis. Cleveland, stop sleeping. Go take a shower, man.
Yes, sir.
Did no work. Mary, Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, Mary Esther Keach-Larice, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles, Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy, Selvin Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bolden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hilda Pearson, Surgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavinia Hall, Freeman Bankster, Mary Moss, Ophelia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quails, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quails, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.E. Johnson, Dorita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry Worrell, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Hattie Lester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martinell, Elder Imhotep Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey Eleanor Howe, Franklin Russell and David, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Vina Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy May Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carla Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris, Donald, Ellis Murphy. We had the Fridas Hines, Inez Bostic, Edna Bostic, Winifred Scantleberry, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spratling, Calvin Spratling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee, Printup Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbur Longmire, Edith Catney, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Peanut Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensabaugh, Hazel Gasson, Jerry Bradley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaneko Parsons, Jason Cathy, Stacy Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Irving, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Boots Jefferson, Dan Wilkerson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Amina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Donna Hill, Richard Glebus, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boy Irby, Jim Gaucher, Georgia, Haley Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniels, Christine Cottrell, Ann Becker, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eula Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Harriet Tubman Cates, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Nino Baby Hatch, Hatch Sr., Mally Miller, Housie Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Dorita Ross, Riola Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Neely Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Maddie and Charlie Scott, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Frances, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Hairston, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heath Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Vanilla, Albus Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Earlton Houston, Lud Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls, Henry West Staton, Joe Jamel Alls, Ann Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Bet Vaughn, John Dewey, and Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Ramey Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Baba Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brantley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Morel Ellis, Elizabeth Battles, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruby Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Urban, Haran Phillips, William Ford Jr., Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Urban Sr., Michael Urban, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robbie Lee Caldwell. We lift up our glass and we say, Ashe. From there, family, we move to the present moment.
Damn, Ron, come on! What's the matter with you?
Tomorrow. Let's do it tomorrow.
There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
All right, family. We salute this moment because the moment is all we got. We never wake up in the past, and we never wake up in the future. We always are facing the now. And many of us are wasting our opportunities in the now by regretting what we did in the past and fretting the possibilities of the future. When in fact we could take our minds and we could start creating something new for us and something new for our children by us handling our business in the present moment. In this present moment, we are on Ujima, which is collective work and responsibility. The Modic principle of the day is righteousness. The M7 of the day is respect. That's what we teach the young people. The color is blue. The Hermetic law is vibration. The male energy of the day, the male name of the day is Kweku. The female name is Akua. From the Emotional Emancipation Circle, which I would suggest everybody, in some form or fashion, you might need to try to find one wherever you are. We have the African-centered cultural virtue and value system. Today, the principle of the day is Yar, which is politeness and respect, particularly towards our elders. Obedience and respect from the Khan tradition. The Yar is from Wolof. From the Khan ethics, the words of the day is obedience and respect. And from traditional Yoruba, the word of the day is aluti, which is teachability. All right, family? So in this moment, we're going to make this moment great. We're going to build something great for our children by taking our responsibility in the present moment right now. We lift up our glass and we say Ashe. From there, we move to our future. We toast our children, our children's children on to infinity, realizing that everything that we build is all that our children have to stand on. If we depend on other people to build for our children, we are dooming our children to doom and gloom. So if we want them to stand, we got to present the foundation upon which they stand. We got to stand up boldly so that they could be held up firmly on our shoulders. So we lift up for our children, our children's children, on to infinity. Because we responsible for the next 7 generations. And being generational people, right? We coming back in the same bloodline. So you better leave them better than you when you got there. If not, you're going to be coming back into a messed up situation, right? I, for one, am trying to make sure that when I come back, I'm coming back in style, right? Because I'm conscious of it now. I'm lifting up my glass, saying Ashe. From there, family, we move to all of our relations. We lift up our glass to all of our relations. We won't get into that, you know what I'm saying? But, all the relations, everything that we related to. So we lift up our glass and we say Ashe. From there, family, where do we go? We go to the selfish libation. What is the selfish libation, Brother Hatem? The selfish toast. Every last one of us out here needs something. Every last one of us has something that we needed added to our life. When we toast our ancestors, when we call on the Creator, and we call on our ancestors, whether we're doing a toast, or whether we're pouring libations, or whether we just meditate, they are there. It's a very serious moment. So family, everybody that has something that they need in this moment, take this moment to ask for it. While we got all these energies present at this digital campfire called the internet, where we gathering around and we're talking, and we start off having fun and enjoying ourselves, and then we, took a slightly serious turn and started toasting. So in this moment, What is it that you need? What is it that you want? We lift up our glass and take a moment. And we say Ashe. Last but not least, I toast the most powerful being in the room, and that's you. I thank each and every last one of you for taking the time for toasting with me on a daily basis, because some of y'all, like Brother Kwame, is here every day. Brother Nubis be coming in. I mean, we got people coming in all the time, and every day I'm seeing the numbers go up. You know what I'm saying? I remember at one point in time it would be like 2 of us, and that's it. All right, now we get numbers. So we lift up the glass, and I salute you, and we say, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. All right, family, I wish you peace, power, joy, and 100 years. And as Brother Kwame say, make it a great day. Great days are not had, they are made. All right, so get out and activate those reticular formations. We are on the hunt for Ujima. Where is it at in our community? Get at it. Let's find it. Share pictures of it. All right. So hashtag Ujima. Matter of fact, I might need to start posting those up every day. Hashtag Ujima. Putting an APB out on Ujima. Where is it at? All right. Peace out, family. Y'all, I'm gonna sip a little bit of this and I'm out. Nice flower smell. I'm just kind of hurt that it went flat. Somebody left the top off. Is it a crime? Yes, it is. All right. So I'm on Facebook. Is it a crime? Is it a crime?